And so it's another TV show review, and this time it's Mr. Robot, Series 1. This show has already been critically acclaimed. It's only in its second series, but it's critically acclaimed. Cinema Blend called it nearly perfect. Damn near perfect. Grantland called it revolutionary, and EU called it, I said, it left me electrified. They're damn good reviews. That's damn good lines to read in a review. And it's praise that's well wanted. It's praise that's well worth it. Let's go on to the plot for this. This show is about hacking and crime and cybercrime. Rami Malek plays a computer hacker called Elliot, who suffers from social anxiety issues. He suffers from depression. He sees a therapist for it, and at night he hacks the world around him. Then he's introduced to a hacker group called S Society by Mr. Robot, who's played by Christian Slater. Remember the guy from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves? Yeah, I've wondered what's happened to him since that as well. Then, as the show goes out, they try to hack the biggest company in the world and reduce mankind's debt to this company. A very noble cause. At the end of the episode, it finds out that Christian Slater is a projection of Elliot's mind, and he's been in the group all along, and it's his plan. So we'll start with this plot in mind. We'll start with how it deals with mental illness. I think there's been a few shows whereabouts people have not done it as well as this. The Simpsons episode where they had, I can't remember where Marge goes crazy and goes on a rampage, and society's taking the mick out of her for it. Not very well done. But I think this is done well, because it's taking it from Elliot's point of view, so you don't actually realise that he's actually deluded until the end. They could have exploded it, made it more graphic, but no, they put it down to a minimalistic idea and kept it at that, and it was done really well. The plot is intelligent. The plot is really, really clever. I couldn't see half the writers in America have come up with this show. I can't see the guy who did Glee write this. This is a show about that has some intelligence behind it. I'm sorry to Glee fans, but for me, that show was just singing and la-di-da, and this was a lot more intelligent than that. Directorially, camera-wise, it was a bit off-kilter, which kind of actually summed up the whole story of the show. If you look at other shows out there, everything's nice and central. This was character slightly off to a bit. It was still in frame, but it was slightly off to a bit, and it really added to the glitter of the thing. The actors in this show were brilliant. Christian Slater, you expected to be really good anyway, because he was in Hollywood, he did The West Wing, and he's come on to this. Yeah, so Slater was good, but Slater wasn't the best person in this. Rami Malek, who plays Elliot, was fucking fantastic. His facial expressions, his movements, the way he spoke, everything was spot on. He had this character down to a T. And lucky enough for the rest of the characters out there, they didn't like shy down from that. They tried to up their game to accommodate like the acting in this. Obviously shows like this have a bad guy, and I've complained that some bad guys have been rather comic bookish. The guy who plays the bad guy in this, I think, has sociopath, psychopath down to a T. And it was a really good portrayal of a psychopath. I don't know what it's going to be like in Series 2, because I've only just finished Series 1. But for me, that was a brilliant psychopath. There's a scene where he's making out with someone on the rooftop, then strangles her to death. Then later on in the series he barges in and demands answers. It was really good. It was great to see a juxtaposition with someone who is mentally ill trying to do good in the world, and someone who's not mentally ill basically being a psychopath. The praise it has is worth it. This show is definitely worth the praise. I've said this before, and I would recommend you watch this. It's not really a geeky show, but it's not really a BBC period drama show. This is somewhere in the bang smack in the middle, in a glorious world where brilliance works. I don't think there's a show out there like this, so I can't say if you're a fan of, watch this, but just watch this. This is a brilliant show. This is near damn perfection for TV viewing. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Peace.